Americans visiting Japan arrive at Tokyo's main international airport, which runs with the kind of efficiency and hospitality you might expect in the world's third biggest economy. But that image conceals something else, a long and troubled history of farmland seized and lives lost in violent conflict. Lucy Kraft reports now on the case of a farmer who said, "Nope, I'm not leaving."
At Japan's Narita airport, planes fly over a field of onions, tomatoes, and peppers. This is no airport garden or green space amenity, but a working farm and a symbol of protest. Takao Shito, 73, farms a few acres leased by his family for generations. His field sits smack in the middle of the airport, so one of Narita's 2 runways had to be built around it. As Shito gathers the harvest, tail fins glide in the background like circling sharks. With the taxiway so close, the farm gets blasted by engine noise, and the air is choked with jet fuel exhaust. But farmer Takao Shito says this is the only place in Japan he wants to be. When I asked Shito what this piece of turf meant to him, he said, "It's my life. I have no intention of ever leaving." Our interview was drowned out by a jet taking off just a few hundred yards away.
The first thing to remember or to think about when you're trying to understand the struggle is that it's not just about an airport.
William Andrews, who's written about the anti-Narita airport protest, says it's the longest-running social movement in Japanese history.
This case of Mr. Shito has come to encapsulate the final gasps of the movement, the very last concrete struggle.
Planned in the 1960s, Narita was meant to be a gleaming symbol of modern Japan. The new airport was sited 40 miles away from overcrowded Tokyo in a rural outpost called Tenjin-mine. But farmers resented being pushed off their land, and when their cause attracted thousands of radical leftists, decades of violent and occasionally deadly protests ensued. A sense of déjà vu earlier this year when riot police again clashed with Shito and his diminished but still defiant band of supporters. After more than half a century of conflict, Narita Airport is here to stay, its land claims backed by the courts. The government seems to have won, but at the cost of massive delays and the deaths of at least a dozen policemen and protesters. As for farmer Shito, the prolonged struggle has divided his community. He remains unrepentant. The best outcome would be for the airport to shut down, he said. But what's important is to keep farming my ancestral land. For CBS Mornings, I'm Lucy Kraft in Tenjin-mine, Japan.